Steve, welcome to Bristol Rovers. How does it feel to be here?
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I've had a 7 or 8 month break. Got myself in super shape in terms of physically. Mentally, I'll be fresh in away from the time away from it. And delighted to receive the call from Ricky to come and meet him and the owners. And during those chats, it became very clear and very obvious that I wanted to take the job.
From the outside in, with your experience, what have you made of Bristol Rovers as a club and a team over the years?
Well, a club is very traditional, isn't it? My assistant manager, Paul Rayner, played here on loan as a kid. But every time we've brought teams here, and we've brought many teams here over the years, we've always said it's a real difficult place to come. I think the fans make it a real difficult place to come. Sometimes the team hasn't that we're playing against, and but the fans have made it intimidating and a difficult place to win. So we're looking forward to. It's a huge football club, but we're very mindful of the immediate challenge, and the immediate challenge is self-evident.
You mentioned you've just had a bit of a career break and you've had over 1,000 games in your career as a manager. What makes this role right now the right one for you?
Yeah, I think the challenge. I don't think it's any secret anymore that I've had 3 or 4 opportunities to go into the EFL and the SPL in the last couple of months, and when I've either met the chairman or the board or the chief executives, it's good people and good football clubs, but the challenge wasn't there for me. I'm really good friends with the director of football at Newcastle United, and I spoke to him about one particular role, and he said, well, when you wake up in the morning, if you wake up excited, you want to jump in the car and go and take the challenge, that's the right move. And I didn't feel that in any other club. I woke up this morning, I was excited to get in the car and was up overly early and in Bristol overly early, and I think that tells you the size of the challenge is huge, but the opportunity moving forward is huge. But we don't kid ourselves. In my insistence, we've said the challenge is immediate, so let's concentrate on that, and then we'll worry about what happens in the summer.
What can the squad and what can our supporters expect from you as head coach of Bristol Rovers?
Well, I think I'm not going to work any harder than Darryl Clark, who's a friend of mine, worked. We'll work incredibly hard. We'll be incredibly disciplined on the training ground. Of course, it's very easy for me to say that it's a fresh piece of paper for everyone. Everyone gets a new opportunity, but that's partly true. But we also have opinions on players and systems. I've seen Rovers 3-4 times since the start of the season. I've seen them very good, seen them not so good. But they can expect a wholehearted team performance from start to finish, and some fight and some effort and some spirit. And that's largely takes you a long way. And then we've got some gifted players here when you look at the squad. But football's never won on paper. But when you look at it on paper, it's a top group squad, but we're not on paper, we're on the grass. So therefore we need to get the basics right. Don't run, don't play. Don't work hard, don't play. All the basics that many ownership models that we've worked for over the years and many fan bases will know that's how we operate.
Now, coming into a new job mid-season always brings different challenges. What do the first day or two look like for you as a head coach when you come into a new role?
I think first and foremost it's understanding obviously the facilities and the infrastructure, because we've not been here till today. We've never used Bristol Rovers. Sometimes you use training grounds with when you travel to different venues, but we've not used Rovers before. So understanding the infrastructure, understanding the people, and of course the playing squad is self-evident. I'll get a real opportunity on the training ground tomorrow and Thursday before we travel to Crewe on Friday. And as I said, we have opinions, but we'll put our stamp on it and then we'll go from there. But yeah, the first few days is just about knowledge and taking things on board, and we'll forget names and we'll forget people, but over the piece we'll quickly bring it all together.
You mentioned the Crewe game there, and fixture-wise, what a time to come into a new club. You've got the game against Crewe on Friday, and then we're into the Christmas schedule, 4 games in 10 days. That's an intense but enticing challenge.
Oh, my Christmas schedule's going out the window. I went and seen Paddington on Saturday night with my wife, and that gave me a few ideas for the team for Friday. But no, in all seriousness, I think it's Christmas has changed for us, because it was going to be total family, which I've never had the chance of in 20 odd years. So that's back out the window, and it's going to be busy. Going to spend a lot of time here sitting in the training ground and a lot of time on the pitches, and this is a real important time. Christmas and the fixtures and the points that can be accumulated quickly, are not awarded properly and quickly, can be a problem. So we're looking forward to just breaking it all down, meeting the boys and met a few this morning, walking around, but getting on the grass and working with them, because that gives you a true feeling for what they're about.
And just finally, you mentioned the fans earlier on. How important are those gas heads going to be in terms of the journey you want to take the team on, not just in the coming games, but for the rest of the season?
Oh, they're massive, aren't they? Not many people would be aware I was at the Barnet game, not to see Bristol Rovers get beat. I was actually there in the supportive fashion of Darrow, if you like, but sat away. And I think it was about 500 supporters from Bristol who'd travelled up or was part of the opposition fan base that day, and they were brilliant, they were loud, but they were getting away really disappointed. And so my view is to get them really behind the team. The team's what's important. It's not about myself or Paul Rayner or anyone else or the ownership model. It's not about that. It's about us giving them a team that over the years they've been very proud of, and we have to make sure that we become very proud again. There's some good players here. We just need to get them playing at the top of the game. If we get them playing at the top of the game, the rest will take care of itself. But the immediate aim is to make sure we have enough points and we have an identity in our play, and we make sure we're part of this EFL, which is a magical league to be involved in, but make sure we're part of that. And then a whole rebuilding job can be done with the squad, and we hope a lot of these boys are involved because they've shown they should be here.